Hi, my name is Jennifer, and today's my birthday eve.
And I'm Krystle, and I'm feeling nostalgic.
Welcome back to Such a Effing Lady, the podcast.
Welcome back. And we have a guest. Our guest is Luciano Rogers. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, man. I grew up in Milwaukee. I don't know. I guess just to get straight to it, I traveled to 114 countries currently, 6 continents of the
Round of
world. Only have
applause.
Antarctica to go to. I visited every wonder of the world, including the only ancient wonder of the world, which is the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what else can I say? I don't know. It's like all different types of travel statistics with me. But I had my own day in the city too. So June 6th coming up. That's my first year celebrating
Round
my day
of
in the city
applause.
regarding my travels. And I'm the only Milwaukeean to do what I've done. So yeah.
Round of applause to you. Thank you so much for joining us for the Such a Effing Lady podcast. Everybody's in for a treat today to hear about Luciano and his achievements. Before we do, though, I would like to give a lady her flowers. Before I do that, one more precursor so we can put this away. Y'all may have noticed that we no longer are sponsored by the alcohol that is brought by the guests. That was 5 years ago when we did Such a Effing Lady round 1.
Before the reboot.
Before the reboot. So post-reboot, we decided that we weren't going to do that. But Luciano, Mr. Luciano here, of course, because he is classy, brought some Risata Moscato for us to enjoy. So this episode is sponsored by Luciano and Risata. Thank you.
Right.
So, little nostalgia.
That's right.
We'll put her away now. We may or may not be enjoying that in our coffee cups. So give a lady her flowers. This episode I would love to dedicate to Miss Savannah McKay. She is my little cousin through marriage, so cousin in love, and that is a family member. Luciano is also my cousin in love.
Yeah.
But Savannah, I remember when she walked up to me outside on 15th Street where we were, and she was showing me this box of things that she had created, earrings and teas, and she had all these dry herbs because she traveled a lot at that time. And she asked me, like, how do you think I should get started? And we had that conversation. And when I tell you that today the baby is doing it, she's got her own store. She has a store online, and you can physically go to her store. So the name of her business is called Scintillating Soul. It is spelled Scintillating, Soul, Soul. And it's a whole vibe. So it's all about feeling beautiful inside and out, being in alignment and achieving wellness. So Scintillating Soul offers all kinds of wellness and self-care goodies like herbal teas. She has goat milk bath jars that she gifted me for Christmas one day. So, well, it would be for Christmas.
I'm like, okay.
She gifted me for Christmas. We do that. Goat milk bath jars infused with herbs and minerals. Coconut soy wax melts, which I've also enjoyed, and hand-beaded and custom jewelry, which is very beautiful. She had on the cutest little bow earrings the other day. She made. Bow.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Bow. Okay. So even the prettiest
little bow earrings.
They were so cute. She made them. Anywho, so she also sells something called Feel Good Honey. So if you like to feel good and maybe go to the moon and come back down in a couple hours, you can.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Feel Good Honey for ingestion. Okay. And so it's wildflower and canna bliss flower infused honey, 1 teaspoon, and you may or may not find yourself floating to the moon. So you can find her online at www.scintillatingsoul.com. That's scintillatingsoul.com. But if you're local, you definitely want to stop by the store. That's because there's always a tea of the day for people to sample when they come. You also can get free gifts with wellness box purchases. And if you're a girly, and you like to blend, you can blend your own teas. So she also has a punch card. You go and you get a punch for every 2 teas that you buy. So visit Savannah, tell her that we sent you, and we're just so proud of you. So
yeah,
those are my flowers. Yes.
How does it take you? How does feel good work?
Okay.
In this state.
I think it's cannabis flower. So I don't know that it's cannabis, which is illegal.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that
McDowell's and not McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. So try the tea. I mean, honey, and see what it does. It was cannabis flower, and I'm trying to find my notes. Wildflower. So it's infused with those 2 herbs. That must do something.
Oh, cannabis.
Bliss flower.
Okay.
That's what, cannabis. All right. Well, let's get into it. You looking
just
around.
The head nods. Got to sit. Enough about Savannah. Move, Savannah.
Move out the way.
Move.
So, I am so excited because I, for my birthday, am going to be traveling Luciano style.
Yeah.
For the first time. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I just wondered if maybe we could have or y'all don't want to keep it separate from the podcast. Like, how do y'all know each other?
I said he was my cousin.
She said. She mentioned it in the Savannah.
We can get in depth. So Luciano is my cousin in love through marriage because he is my husband's first cousin. Their mothers are sisters. Yeah. I've known Luciano since I've known David because and then we started to party together for his birthdays. And from there, Luciano and I developed our own, I think, separate relationship from David. So David and Luciano have their own friendship and their family, and Luciano and I have our own friendship. So I'm traveling with Luciano without sans my husband. So you'll be my cousin husband on our trip because we have the same last name. So I'm sure we'll confuse the people. But how long have you been doing this? Like, I want to travel with you because I feel safe. And a lot of people, I think, don't and maybe need to know what's tea on how do you travel.
Good gosh. So I started international. Well, I've traveled domestically, I don't know, since childhood. But I started out like studying geography. I've always been intrigued by culture and geography and learning about the world and, ethnicities and all of that. So, I don't know. I just think that just came with time. And then, I don't know. I was traveling in the States like in my early teens. And then finally I just got to a point. I'm like, I'm over this shit. I'm over Miami. I'm over Los Angeles, Vegas. So like, I'm over this. So then finally I took a cruise for the first time in January 2013. That was for my birthday. And it was a good time. We went to Cozumel, Mexico. We went to Ocho Rios, Jamaica. And then we went to the Cayman Islands. Then I doubled back a year later. And then I took another cruise. And then 2015, I went to Canada. And then I was like, I want to go to my dream destinations, like the Parises, like the Romes, all of that shit. So I don't know, like I was working and going to school from 2014 to 2016, day in, day out, just working, going to school. And I had to bust my ass. And luckily it paid off because I got my bachelor's in 2016.
I remember.
So yeah, man. I don't know, fall 2016. That's when I was like, I want to take a cruise. I want to go somewhere else for my birthday. And I was like, no, fuck that. Like, I want to go to Egypt or something. So then I remember being in my car, like bored on my break. And I was like, let me just look up like how much flights would be to go from Chicago to Cairo. And it was like $676 round trip. And I was like, damn, okay.
I can work with that.
I might do that. And I'm like,
I think it would be more.
Athens is like an hour and a half flight away from Cairo, Egypt. So I was like, let me see how much Athens is. Athens was like $575. And then I was like, okay, shit, even better. I'm like, fuck it. Let me try Paris. Paris was $445 for like 10 days round trip.
Wow.
From Chicago?
From Chicago. Yes.
And that's the thing. I just want to, if I could pause right here to just, that's what I think a lot of people are afraid of is the financial aspect of it, but I think it can be expensive if you don't know what you're doing. So, like, what do you do that makes it economical and possible?
You got to know when you are traveling. That's number one. I've done this shit like for a long time, so I know of travel trends and I know when to purchase tickets. So sometimes, like, you don't want to purchase tickets on the weekend because they know you're getting paid. So you buy that shit like on Tuesday or Wednesday, that shit'll go down. Or you want to purchase stuff typically like about 2 or 3 or 4 months out. That's when I typically try to plan the trip. Unlike us.
I'm about to say, well,
because she was just like, she want to go somewhere for her birthday. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just work a little harder, make it happen.
And you've been really MIA, so I appreciate you. Right. But I think that's the barrier, would you say? Or what else do you think is a barrier to people traveling?
Well, yeah, I think definitely the financial.
The financial part.
But I mean, so here, did you can go all the way over there for only 4? I mean, granted, this was a lot of years ago.
No.
Oh.
So our flight from Chicago to London was...
It's $264. Our flight...
$264 US dollars. So why did it cost so much to go to like freaking Jamaica?
I think part of it is I'm flying and I have stock in them. So I'm really proud to have bought a ticket for JetBlue. So the airline also matters. I think we get so stuck on the... I guess the popular airlines, the more commercial, like Delta, American, United, Southwest, and then we think 2 things, Spirit and Frontier. So I think those are like the main ones that we think about. I never even considered flying a JetBlue before.
Oh, they were nice. I mean, the few times I've been on there, like they were cool. I think they're
not bad.
Above their time, like with the little blue lighting and all that. Like,
I just never. Do you ever search JetBlue when you travel?
No, because I be leaving out here. I'm lazy.
Oh, does JetBlue only go out of Chicago?
They're not in Milwaukee.
Okay,
as far as I know.
Oh, JetBlue? Yeah, they in Milwaukee. Hell yeah.
So
I'll never come up from Milwaukee.
I think I'm quite sure they are. Yeah,
but it's like we never. I was never looking for JetBlue, so I think there's an ignorance. And we just don't make the conscious effort like you do to look.
Yeah, I put in a lot of work for this shit. And let me tell you, I've taken some of the shittiest airlines and I've taken some of the best airlines like Emirates. Like Emirates is the best.
Nice.
But yeah, JetBlue ain't bad though. Like JetBlue would definitely get you over to Europe. I'm going to check again because I want to make sure I got my facts straight, but I'm sure it does.
So you're cool. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So like you'll fly Spirit and Frontier. You don't care.
Hell yeah.
You just get in.
You said Spirit first. Fuck Frontier.
Yeah, I'm not doing Frontier.
I feel like Frontier is like Shein and Teal. And Spirit is like fashion.
Like I've been very adaptable, but if you be like, well, there's a Frontier flight for, I'll be like, oh, that's where I gotta pump the brakes.
It's like you sitting in a lawn chair on an airplane.
It's literally
it feel like fucking detention. Like, like, damn, like, did I do something? Shit.
Unsolicited bullying. Like, you ask for water. Sure, that'll just be $3.95.
And it's in a cup like this.
Like this.
Then the service is so shitty. Like, good gosh.
They nickel and dime you to death.
Yeah.
Baby, I took Frontier one time.
Once.
I said, oh, never.
Same
this
here.
was not worth it.
I took it to Miami.
That's where I went to visit my mom.
Never.
It was like a surprise trip. So I said, oh, I can do it. Girl.
Surprise.
What?
Definitely a surprise.
Ooh, Frontier was terrible.
I took it going out to Vegas and it was fucking horrible. Good gosh.
Yeah. So your favorite was Emirates, you said.
Emirates.
Can you
Emirates
talk
is
about
up
it?
there.
I've seen Emirates like on social media. But...
The Emirates experience, mind you, I'm a whole low budget economical traveler, so I haven't done no first class or nothing like that. But even the economical experience is just fucking awesome. Like they give you all these different meals and you can get like, if you want some more, they'll give it to you. They'll smile about it. Like you just feel so fucking good. Like on an airline, they have like a great list of movies and music that you can listen to. That's pre-banked. The seats are comfortable. I don't know. It was a good experience. I've flown them one time. That was going to Egypt.
Oh, you make that face for Egypt.
Good gosh. But anywho, I flew them going from Chicago to Dubai. I had a day layover in Dubai, and then I flew from Dubai to Cairo. So yeah, so it was a good experience.
So, how do you, I was going to ask you some questions like, what experiences have you had that were positive? What experiences have you had that were negative in different places? But I saw you make that face at Egypt because I remember you saying Cairo specifically maybe wasn't the best to you.
Cairo is the worst city I've ever been to.
Why?
Oh my gosh. So I remember getting off the plane. I had to piss like a motherfucker. So I saw this dude. He clearly had on like airport attire. And I was like, like, where's the restroom? Like, you holding your crotch and shit.
Right.
Like, I gotta piss. Everybody know what that means.
Right.
So then he like, I was like, the fuck? Damn. What'd I do?
Speaking of universal language, holding my crotch and asking.
And everybody know what the fuck this means. So I'm like, okay, fuck dude. So I walked down a little bit. The whole airport experience was crazy. Leaving up out of there, you got people trying to charge you to get up out of so let me rewind it. So got done dealing with dude. I finally found a restroom. We had to go through immigration. You had to get a visa. I remember going to this ATM. Me and this lady, we was simultaneously walking up to the ATM together. Mm-hmm. And I stuck my card in. And she tapped me on my right shoulder. And she basically was telling me to hurry up. And I'm like, bitch. Excuse me?
Wait, like literally walked up on you and touched you and was like,
mind you, she saw me just stick my card in. And she basically telling me to hurry up. So I'm like, what they on here? So went through immigration, grabbed our bags. I noticed that it was like this long ass line. And I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be in that line. It was like about 100 people. So basically this was the line to exit the airport. A lot of airports, especially in Africa, have it where you have to get checked when you enter the airport. You have to get checked when you exit out of the airport. Mm-hmm. So it ain't like ours where we can just grab our shit and walk out. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know about that at that time. So you get these random dudes coming up to you. They work at the airport. They like, they're like, I'll take your bags. And then if you pay me like about $50, you could skip the line. So like some VIP type shit.
Right.
So I'm like, no. So we have to wait in this fucking line. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Why am I paying
you to skip a fucking line at an airport? So then we waited in the line. That took like about, I don't know. It felt like an hour. It had to be an hour. Finally, they checked our shit, exited up out of the airport. All hell broke loose outside of the airport. You got all of these people. They're just screaming at you, trying to get you into their taxis, and it was just wild.
Wow.
So then I was like, we got to very super aggressive. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, y'all, we got to take Uber. That's the only way that I felt secure at that point, because I didn't feel safe at the airport. And in my opinion,
at the
airport always sets the tone for a city. So, what the hell? So we ended up getting our Uber. Took dude like another hour to get there. So you talking about like 2 hours at this point we done landed, and it's just crazy. Dude pull up in like a small ass like Honda Civic type car. It's 3 of us. It's like 9 pieces of luggage. We had to put all that shit in there. In this small ass Uber. Then y'all, he driving crazy as hell going from the airport to like Zelamek. Zelamek is like a peninsula city right on the Nile River, right in between Cairo and Giza. So that's where we stayed at. We stayed at the Hilton. I remember looking up like the reviews of it. It had good reviews. Turned out, get to that fucking Hilton, it was like the equivalent of a Motel 6.
No.
Yes.
What?
Complete bullshit. The room was dirty. The bed, it just cannot make this shit up. I don't know. It just felt like I was laying on the damn box spring the entire time. I'm like, this cannot be real. So this is the first night, mind you. Still day one.
How long was the trip?
We were in Cairo for 3 days. Then we spent 3 days over in Greece, and then we flew back to Cairo.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, this shit is kind of long. She asked me what's the worst, so you know.
I don't even think this is the worst.
So I'm trying to speed this shit up. So that being said, that same night, I was like, we was just flustered. We was like, fuck it, we finally got our stuff in the room. Who I was with, their room was exactly like mine. So I'm like, y'all, what's up with this? So we was like, fuck it, like we gonna brush it off. We had to eat it. So we ended up walking to a convenience store to get cigars and liquor. The motive was to get cigars and liquor. So we ended up finding the cigar spot at first. It was this real like rugged type of shop. Go up in there and we was like, we want 3 cigars. So then dude, he pulled out this box like he's just digging through shit. And the box had so much dust on it. It was just crazy.
Dirty and nasty.
Dirty as hell. So then the cigars were basically stale. He sold us the cigars for like $60.
No.
Yes. So I didn't pay for it. The guy who I was with paid for it. So I'm like, okay, cool.
All right.
I was trying to tell him, I'm like, he getting your ass.
Right.
That's it. So then we ended up going to like the main strip of Zalamek. And I remember looking into like this boutique because I wanted these shoes in there. And then we walked about like a block and a half going to the liquor spot. And no bullshit, they let off about like 10 or 12 rounds where we just got done walking.
Of ammunition?
Ammunition.
Or liquor?
No, ammunition. Ammunition.
See, that's where I'd be like, oh, y'all got me messed up. I want to go back to the United States.
So at that point, I was just like, y'all, like, what the fuck is going on? So we were like steps away from the liquor spot. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm just going to grab something. We're going to go back to the hotel. We did. We ended up partying all night at the hotel. So we was just like, let's shake off last night. Like, this just can't be this
Start
bad.
anew tomorrow.
Man, the next day, the motive was to get by the fucking pyramids. And, that's what we know Egypt for, like the pyramids.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we ended up going like in the evening hour. And, oh gosh, what the hell? We get like by the main tourist spot, which is like on the eastern end of the pyramids. And we get out the Uber or whatever. And, man, it had to be like about 30 to 40 motherfuckers come out of nowhere trying to get us to sell stuff. They screaming. It was just crazy, y'all.
So you mean like trying to buy stuff? So they're trying to sell to you like bracelets, souvenirs, and stuff.
Everything is overpriced.
Yeah.
Like $45 for like a small trinket or some shit.
See, they probably see Americans maybe and then think traveling and have money. The countries that thrive on the travel and hospitality industry. It's just, that's what they do. That's their livelihood.
That may change, as far as I'm thinking.
It may change. We might have to be out here selling bracelets.
Right.
Damn, can you imagine being like, I got to go to Mayfair and stand outside and try to sell my hand knit blankets to people traveling. So, Luciano, what a lot of people are also concerned about is safety. And I know you've traveled to over 100 countries, but there have been maybe 1 or 2 incidents where you didn't necessarily have a good outcome or safety was maybe not great. So is there anything that you care to share, like as a tip or an experience that you had and what you learned from it when traveling?
Yeah. So you always got to trust the instinct. You trust energy. That's just anywhere you go, though. You know when something just does not feel right. And I don't know, like, if it don't feel right, you just don't go into it. You got to do your research too, knowing like which areas of part of the town not to go to, typically. But I don't know. I guess that's my biggest tip. That's energy. That being said, one of the craziest experiences I've had regarding safety was definitely in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I have this thing where I don't mind like traveling alone. Like I love traveling alone because it's so peaceful at times. So you get
Is that usually how you travel too?
Yeah, like about 80% of my travels has been alone. So, that being said, this particular night, I wanted to go out. Like, I wanted to fucking kick it. Like, I did not want to be in a hotel, so I ended up finding like a few spots to go to. Earlier in the day, I took like a photo shoot with like some zebras. So, I kind of went back to the hotel and took a nap because the night before I had a hard night. So I was tired as shit. So by the time I got up, it was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the evening. So, I ended up going to like this club. My photos from the zebra photo shoot were still downloading. So little did I know it was eating up my battery like fast. So I don't know, I was partying and shit. Then by the time I looked down at my phone, because I had my phone in my pocket, I'm like, damn, my phone is at 7%. So then I was like, I gotta call an Uber.
That's scary.
Yes.
So can you imagine like your phone is dying, you in the middle of a country you've never been to before by yourself? What the hell?
No.
Yeah. So my phone was dying like crazy. So then it turned out I didn't have no internet connection. So I'm trying to like order the Uber to get back to the hotel. Nothing is coming up. I restarted my phone, battery at like 5%. So then, very, very long story short, I had to have somebody from the club order me an Uber to get back to the airport. Luckily, he agreed. Get into the Uber, and we driving downtown Johannesburg. Downtown Johannesburg was sketchy as hell. Like, it was just a ton of people just wandering in droves at a point. Like, this particular area, like, that we had got to, it had to be like central downtown. So then the guy who agreed to, like I paid him a little money to have me directed to the airport, and he was going to get dropped off first. He get to redirecting the Uber driver. So then the Uber driver is talking to him, in their native language. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because it's like, we going left, right. He telling him to go this way, that way. Finally, Uber driver was like, fuck it. So he took us to a more well-lit part of downtown. So then he told dude to get out the car. So little did I know, the Uber driver spoke English. We drive about like 2 blocks away from where we dropped dude off. And he was like, do you know him? And I was like, no. He was like, no, do you know him? I'm like, no, can't you tell I'm a fucking American?
Right.
I had on the fucking Bulls hat and everything. And I'm like, fucking American. He was like, he was trying to set you up to get robbed. He was trying to have me drive you to an area part of downtown where tourists get stripped down.
Wow.
So that was fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
That was fucking crazy.
So
sorry, I'm a little long-winded, y'all, but
No, but because I know the parts. I mean, there were other parts of the story that make it even scarier.
Yes,
but it's just that can happen. But I guess in that moment, though, you must have been using your instinct, or you didn't. Did you feel like something ain't right?
Like, I knew something wasn't right, like I said, when I looked out the window, and then I remember seeing, like, just random droves of people just wandering aimlessly. And I'm like, this shit don't look
They're
right.
probably coming from being stripped.
No. It was like locals. But they was just, like, wandering around the streets. It's like, you just get that vibe. Like, why is you out here in the middle of nowhere just doing nothing? Like, just wandering around, just looking for some trouble. That's what it felt like. So that's when it kind of clicked to me. I'm like, this shit does not feel right. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
I have more questions. Do you have anything?
Well, I wanted to go back because you had asked for the worst experience and then the best experience. So we heard, I don't even know if Cairo was the worst. But
Cairo was the worst, yeah.
Then what was your best?
Because I didn't even break it all the way down. That's the conversation for today. My best has definitely been Thailand. I love Thailand. I love Phuket. Phuket is my favorite city in the world.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Is that the ones where the girls were taking the pictures in the swing?
No, that's Bali.
Bali.
No.
That's Bali.
What's in Thailand? It's something. There's a picture for Thailand.
There's a waterfall. Like, it looks like you walking on water kind of a thing. Where women can't menstruate and go into it. They can't be on their there's a sign.
You're teaching me something new, Krystle. What's this?
Yeah. There's a sign that is like right before the entrance. I think it's in Phuket. Phuket or Phuket? It's that one.
Phuket.
That Phu? Okay.
Phuket.
Phuket. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it says like stop. And women, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay, I'm still talking about Bali.
Man, you're talking about Bali. I'm like, what are we talking about?
I appreciate that you were like, you teaching me something, knowing I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, thank you. You're so nice. I don't know what's in Thailand.
I think I would have heard of that by now.
There's one of them social media pictures that's in
so
Thailand.
Nice about it. You're teaching me something. I'm gonna start using that.
Oh, I did not mean it in a shady way.
I know you did. I know you did. You were so genuine. Like, that is so nice of you. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just FYI. So that was your best. Why?
You already know, Krystle. I like the party. So fucking Phuket is like New Year's Eve every night.
What?
And oh yes, it fucking goes down at Patong Beach. Oh yeah, they got this club there called Club Sugar. That's just absolutely awesome. It's like a hip hop R&B club, and they play like, pop hits too, but it's just really good. Like, it's a good vibe. They are popping with the gay scene there. I love that shit. And then, I don't know, the weather is just good. It's like, I don't really like warm temperatures, but it's just always so content there. Like, it just feels so right. And then it's just beautiful. That's it. So yeah, highly recommend Phuket. And then it's only a hour flight away from Bangkok. So when you're in Bangkok, you got to go to Phuket.
So I think it's amazing that that was your favorite. And you said one of the things that stuck out to you is that they have, did you say a gay community or so are there places where you felt more welcome, less welcome because of your Blackness or, the fact that you're a gay man? How has that impacted your travel experiences?
You definitely got to be careful with it. And I look at it as a respect thing. I mean, I don't expect when I go into somebody else's territory, that they're going to be accepting. I get it, unfortunately. But if I'm going to travel in your country, you got to play by the rules. So I'm not going to go to, I don't know, Senegal and wear a fucking rainbow flag. I'm not, because it's not their custom. It's not their tradition. And plus it puts you at risk and now you're a target.
Yeah.
So you just got to, be a little open-minded about it, I suppose. Yeah. So that being said, I don't know, like my direct experiences, if I could think of a country, I guess I would have to say Cairo. That's when I felt it a little bit walking down the street. I think it's because of what I had on. It was a little flashy one of them days.
We're going to talk about your fashion at some point.
I'm looking a little bummy today, but
we'll make sure to put some clips in there.
Get it down.
We can show what it is.
Motherfucker done put together some shit.
A couple things.
Oh, not a couple. You better check my Instagram. A nigga get down.
Sarcasm because do your research.
No,
so,
but
share the pic of
more or less like the more homophobic shit that I've experienced is definitely in America. No, definitely not in Europe. Like Europe is cool, awesome.
They laugh at us. I feel like they do. As a country, they're like
they do.
We're like, yeah. So what tips would you have for another person who wants to travel like you that identifies as a gay man or woman or part of the LGBTQ plus community and maybe even Black or not Black, not white, someone who identifies as someone like you? What tips would you have for them?
I would definitely say to always, like I said, trust the energy. You feel when people are just not for you. You feel when something just not right. And always be conscious and aware of your surroundings. That's number one, and always. Number two, you, again, do your research. Know which countries, because some countries have it where, you get caught engaging publicly on a homosexual matter, you can get killed for it. So, a lot of people don't know that, like, in like America, where we're a little bit more lenient and free.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do your research, depending on where you're going. And then, I mean, like I was saying earlier, don't go to these countries expecting them to be into your values and your beliefs, like wearing like rainbow flags, like shit like that, or just holding hands with your lover. Like, unfortunately, that's just how it is. You can go to jail for it. So who wants to go to jail in a country, in a foreign place that they don't fucking know about?
Right.
Hell no. Like,
it's not about
go there,
what's right.
Do your thing, and see how they move and groove, and get the hell out of there. That's it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. And as a Black woman, a lot of Black women listen to our podcast. I think the same rules apply. It's like, if it don't feel right, and you're traveling alone, you could be putting yourself at risk or, abiding to what the rules are.
Especially being women, you got to be more careful. Like, because they see women as a target a lot of times. So
that's why I think scares me a little bit, thinking about traveling solo, like in the sense that you travel solo and do all that. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable like grabbing a drink anywhere, or for fucking sure, like I wouldn't go party anywhere, not by myself. And I don't know, I don't know anybody. So that's what I think about a lot.
Right.
Like, would I feel safe as a woman
traveling alone?
And not even like a big one.
It depends on where you go to, though. Like, you go to like Europe or whatnot, you will be fine. Typically, you ain't got to really worry about too much in Europe. I don't know. Like, parts of Africa is pretty good. Like, Senegal, I had a good time. Ghana had a great time. So I would recommend them places. Like, they're very welcoming to Black women. Kenya, welcoming to Black women. Yeah.
So Morocco?
Oh, yes. I love Morocco.
Morocco's pretty. From what I've seen.
Oh, yes, it is. You got to get to like Marrakesh and Tangier, and I want to go to like Casablanca. I haven't been there, in like this town called Fez. I think that's where it's like painted in all blue or some shit, I think. So, yeah.
So for me, getting this first like intro to traveling Luciano style gives me a gleam of hope that I can actually go to the places that I know I want to, but just haven't made the time or budgeted to be able to, because you think it's this big thing. Like, I got to spend $10,000 to go to for 2 weeks in Thailand. For me, I've always been maybe trained to think when you travel, you should go for an extended amount of time and to make it worth it, because you're traveling for 15 hours. But you really change the game and make things more accessible and possible the way that you do it. So can you share, how do you travel and achieve 100 countries and more?
Yes. I'm happy that you asked that, Krystle. So my traveling, I always say, is just a little crazy. I've been successful in going through over 100 countries because I kind of like country hop. So, say for instance, like the most countries I've done on a trip is 26. And
whoa, can you say that again? Don't speak Greek. The most you've ever done 26. On a trip is 26 countries. 26.
I'm gonna try to
break it down.
So I started out in Portugal, went to Spain, went to Italy, went to Vatican City, went to I tried to go to San Marino. We're going to San Marino.
Okay.
It's been my third fucking attempt getting into this.
What? Okay.
It's been fucking annoying. But anyway, Italy, Vatican City. I went to Germany. I went to southern France, Monaco, Tunisia, Mauritania.
Should have been counting.
Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, UAE, which is where Dubai is, Kuwait, Jordan, Turkey, Georgia, Moldova, Romania, and the UK. Yeah.
I just need to know how that.
Yeah. How does that happen? Yeah. Like,
so it kind of when I was doing this shit, like in the thick of it, I was like really stressed out. So that's where I put all of my energy into. That's number one. So then I got to saying like, I want to see all these motherfuckers at this point. Cause I hit 50 and I was like, damn, like that was my goal when I was younger. So I'm like, let me try to get to 100. So,
I
that
love
particular
that.
trip, I kind of mapped it out where, I knew who I was going with, wanted to see Africa. So I wanted to get the most out of that. So, I don't know, like I booked my flight into Portugal because Portugal, I probably caught it for like $300. And then I country hopped over to Spain. That was like about $60. And then going from, Spain to Italy was like $50. So
all flights or these like trains and stuff too? All flights.
Yeah. So you got to catch flights from there.
Got it.
I caught a train from Rome to Venice during that trip. I tried to stop in San Marino, but it just don't be working out. And then the majority of these are flights, though, just to answer your question. Especially in Africa. Africa trains are just pretty much non-existent. So yeah, I don't know. It took me like about 3 months to plan that. So I kind of knew, like, I kind of mapped out where I had not gone and where I wanted to go to and which countries just wasn't more desirable for me because Tunisia, I knew, like, I don't know, it's the most northern country in Africa. But outside
Tunisia
of that,
is a country in Africa?
The most northern country.
Did not know that. Did you know that?
North Central.
I doubt it.
Because the name Tunisia is what I think about. And so...
Yes, Algeria is to the west and Libya is to the east. So yeah, borders the Mediterranean Sea.
And what you've used the word motive, when you're referring to what you're going to do while you're somewhere. So what are the motives for all of these different countries? I'm sorry.
Ain't no way we finished how you did that trip though. I still don't know how 26 countries in one trip. Like, how long was this trip?
Well, that's what that's what I'm getting to. Is like, so as you're doing 26 countries, what's the purpose for each one? Like, so how many days are you there? Like, what are you trying to go see when you're at when you're saying, I want to go to this place? Because he's seen all 7 wonders of the world. Mm-hmm. So I would gather that you're trying to map out and you're being strategic for something.
Yep. So for that trip, I was in Portugal for like 6 hours. And then I kind of mapped it to where my flight going from there to Barcelona will get me out of there in the evening. So I was in Barcelona for like about, I don't know, 3.5 hours. And then I went from there to Italy, stayed overnight in Italy. I was there for like 7 hours. So my schedule was a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then I took a train from Rome going to San Marino, and then that ended up not working out. And then I ended up taking the train from San Marino to Venice. So I was Venice. Mm-hmm. So I was in Venice for like 4 hours at most. And then I had to catch my flight from the Venice airport to Nice, France. But I had a layover in Germany. So I was in Germany for like 4 hours. So it's like you country hopping in essence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I went to Monaco. Monaco, when you in Nice, France, Monaco is just like, 50 minutes away. So I took an Uber over there, partied overnight in Monaco because that's something that I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning I had to fly out to Tunisia.
Tunisia is... That's funny to me that I did not know that. Now anybody I know named Tunisia, I wonder, do they know that their name is a
little hoodified.
A country in Africa. That's cool to me.
Yeah, it is.
I want to see your passport. Do you have your passport on you?
Do I have one? I got the first one. It's in that pocket.
One, Jay, would you mind? But so when you're in these countries for hours... You should have told me to
bring my new one.
I should have. I didn't even think about it till right now. My bad.
Is it in there?
When you...
ain't shit in there.
Ooh. Damn, we ain't even talked about the trip.
We about to. So when you...
I don't have it on me. I'm sorry, Krystle.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I've seen it and it's full of pages. with stamps, and it's kind of crazy to see. But when you're there for hours, what do you do? Do you leave? Do you?
So I always leave the airport when I can. My time limit on staying in an airport is like about, I don't know, if it's anything over 3 hours, I'm leaving the airport. And that's how I've been successful. You enter, you go. And when I leave the airport, even if I'm out in the country for like, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours, I'll always try to do at least 3 things just to say that I can come back and say that I did 3 things in this moment. Because what is everybody going to say? What did you do? You was just there for 4 hours. I'm like, okay, I did 3 things. Shit.
Went to the store.
Went to the store, went to the
bar.
The bar. Yeah.
And the museum.
So, I don't know, like for instance, in Tunisia, I was there for like all of about, I believe 6 or 7 hours, if I can recall. I went to their bazaars. So their bazaars is kind of like where you go to like different markets and shops and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And then, yeah.
So the craziest thing that I witnessed you do was go to where they say Jesus is buried, or where you went to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Jerusalem, and then in the Jordan River.
Jordan River.
So I think that's amazing. Can you just? I know I jacked it all up, but you know what I'm talking about. Where did you go?
Well, this is all over. But, we flew into Tel Aviv. What was this? Almost like 2 years ago. Matter of fact, it was 2 years ago. Tel Aviv is, I believe, the capital of Israel/Palestine. So, when you in Tel Aviv, you got to go to Jerusalem because it's only like a 50-minute train ride away from Tel Aviv. So, that being said, it's a very religious country, as far as Christianity. So we went to, Jerusalem, saw the tomb of Jesus, saw the old tomb of Jesus. I went to Jericho. Jericho is the oldest city in the world. It's like about, I don't know, a 20-minute ride from the Dead Sea. And then right over there, went to the Jordan River. And Jordan River is really cool because once you're there, or at least at the site that I was at, you literally can see Jordan. Like Jordan is literally like about, I don't know, 10 feet away from you. So yeah, I got to show you the video.
Yeah, you do. That is crazy. So, yeah, we bounced around. So the 26 countries, do you feel like you have it down? Like, do you make a chart? Like, what do you do?
I want to know so much more, but we ain't got time. So I want to hear about y'all trip though.
Okay. So what is your next trip coming up?
Oh my gosh. It's with the lovely Krystle.
I'm so excited.
She's about to do on my style, but it's not going to be as crazy as I've done. Like, it's not going to be as crazy. And I tried to make sure of that because I didn't want you to hate my ass again.
That would never. And so I'm really excited, and I don't think that I would hate you.
No, I'm joking. So we starting out in London, and then we are going to Amsterdam. We are going through Belgium. We are going to France. We are going to Switzerland. We are going to Liechtenstein. We are going through the Swiss Alps. We are going to Milan, Italy. We are finally going to fucking San Marino.
Yes, we are.
It's gonna happen this time.
It will.
And you know, just why I keep on harping about San Marino, it's like a landlocked country in Italy, like in the mid-eastern part of Italy. Landlocked, so I mean, it's completely like surrounded by an entire country. So it's in Italy. But Italy completely surrounds it.
Oh. So how does that create a barrier?
So it's like only 3 in the world. So it's like Monaco, Lesotho, which is in South Africa. It's in the middle of South Africa. And then it's San Marino. And Vatican City, 4.
So how does that pose a problem? Like, I'm trying to understand what that means to be landlocked.
It doesn't. I mean, it's been a problem for me because of how I've scheduled it. So it's like either I'll get there in the middle of the night and
there's no airport there, so you can't fly directly. I'm getting it now. Did you follow?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Or you got to take it.
So the transportation is cut off. Okay.
So it's like you'll get there. So it's been jacked up for me because the first time when I tried to get to San Marino, I was sleeping on the damn train and I missed my stop. So I went like about, I don't know, 20 minutes past it. I woke up, I'm like, oh shit. So then I scheduled, because San Marino is like a small country. Like you don't need like a lot of time in there. So like my motive was just to be in and out. So about time, like I needed that 20 minutes and, about time, like the time that I would have utilized to get to San Marino, it just wasn't
just
gonna
ate
work
up.
out.
Yeah.
So I just stayed in Rimini. Rimini is right by San Marino. So yeah.
Second time?
Second time was in, what was this? In January?
Of this year?
Yeah, of this year.
Okay.
And taxi drivers was just on bullshit. Like he was trying to charge me like $150 just to get there. And then to wait, he was trying to charge me like an additional $50, just gouging. I'm like, I'm not about to pay this shit. So I just said, bump it. No.
Okay.
So it's going to work this time.
It will. Third time's a charm.
So we're going from the 30th?
We're going from the 30th to the 15th.
30th of
this month
of April to the 15th of May. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun to watch you like book everything and like just kind of piece it all together. So you don't use any charts or anything. Do you just kind of map it out? And
no, it's all mental.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
It's easy. So. It's for me. Like it's easy. And, but that just comes with time. That's it. Like this is all from childhood and knowing like where shit is in the world. And, even during like, I've never really stopped, studying the world. Like I still study it. I randomly at work when I'm bored, I'll just look at shit on the map. So it's just.
That's crazy. I never really liked geography. But we got the nerve to want to go everywhere. Well,
so maybe can y'all quickly just give some of the stuff that you plan to do? And just
my bad.
Let's wrap it up with that because we still don't know nothing about the trip besides where y'all going and when.
And we're gonna have a time too. What is it called? We're gonna run this back. Yes. To talk about post trip everything that we did. So you started to run down where we're going. I think you ended with.
It's fucking San Marino.
San Marino. Okay.
So then from San Marino, we're going to go to Rome and then you're going to see Vatican City. And then from there, we're going to Greece. Greece is going to be for 4 days. We're going to spend 2 in Athens and then 2.5 on the islands. So Mykonos, we're taking a ferry there and then taking a ferry to Santorini. And then we're going to end it in Spain and then coming back. On the 15th and then the 17th. Who are we going to see?
We're going to see Beyonce.
Fucking Beyonce. No. Yeah, baby.
I'm warming back up to her. I still have attitude, but
what happened with her?
The tickets have started to go down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to remind you.
Oh, see, I'm playing it.
Yeah,
I'm being bold, and I'm going to buy mine like the day of the concert. Yeah,
I'm gonna be so mad at you
because the prices are going down.
Yeah, you right.
It's already seats for back at 200 and something that y'all was trying to get like 1,200 for.
It was some bullshit.
That's what they can do. Sorry, I want to close on this question.
Yes.
For you, not you, really. So my friend here loves to travel. You were saying I don't give a fuck about first class and all that. So she's a first class bitch. She likes all this.
Krystle,
don't lie.
See,
so
thank you, Jennifer. Because she's just like, she's so
adaptable.
So adaptable. She's gonna be talking shit about.
I don't think she will. I think she's adaptable, but like her preferred is gonna be luxury and all of that. So I'm saying, is that how you travel?
I've experienced pretty much every angle of travel. I've stayed in fucking hostels and then I've stayed in all-inclusive resorts. So
would you stay in a hostel?
No, we had that conversation. We had the conversation.
Yeah, she ain't fucking with no hostels.
But Luciano knew not to even do that. He was like, I'm not doing that to you. But the places that he has booked have been to my standard, A+. Like everything that he's picked. And it's been crazy. It's been so cheap. Like, for real. I sent him $25 or something for some. I don't know what it was, but it was something he booked really
We're
cheap.
not going to spend over $2,000 for this. A person.
Yeah.
So,
that ain't
money for all the shit we about to do.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I've paid double for less. What?
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I know Luciano's excited, but this is like your everyday. So I'm super geeked.
To like any clubbing or like what experience?
Yeah.
Oh, please. We going clubbing in Amsterdam. We going clubbing in Paris. Of course, Greece. I mean, we got to turn up for her birthday.
So. Right. Oh, Greece is on your birthday.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I'm really excited. So I have to start shopping is what I have to do. I know I keep saying
Krystle, don't even shop at this point. What? Your ass ain't gonna shop.
It's gonna take time to get shit delivered. Right. Y'all leaving on the 30th. Today's my birthday eve, so it's April 5th.
It didn't come that time.
What are we talking about?
No shit.
Today is when I'm making the purchases, but how you write about them damn tariffs though? I'm gonna just go to Akira. Okay.
You'll have to join us for the part 2 so y'all can...
Part 2? That's what the word I was looking for earlier. Part 2.
Yeah, part
Yay.
2.
Thank you so much for coming.
Man, thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it, y'all. And mad love to y'all for what y'all been doing. And
thank you.
Doing this shit.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Appreciate it. Mad love. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.